Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. Allow me to introduce myself, if I can figure out how to move this slide. Okay. Yeah, so my full name is Anne Irochi. I've been the program coordinator for 3 years for strategic relationship marketing, and it's a real great job getting to work with a wonderful group of faculty and a great group of students. Every time I have a new cohort, I'm really impressed with the students in this program. I teach in the program, so I get to know the students quite well, and we'll get to know each other well if you join us. I teach right now, I'm teaching these 3 courses within the program, so I hope to see you in one of my classes. So how we're going to lay out this session, like I said, I've been doing this job for 3 years and I get a lot of questions from prospective students. And I find there's kind of a theme to the questions. I get the same questions, over and over again. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program first, and then I'll delve into some of the most frequently asked questions and kind of just answer them right here, since they're probably some of the questions that you guys have. And then if you have any other questions that you feel weren't answered or you want to learn more, then at the end, we'll open up a Q&A session. So we do ask that you hold your questions till the end of the presentation. I think my presentation will only take about 15 minutes. So that leaves us lots of time at the end for questions. Okay, so what is strategic relationship marketing? What do we do in this program? Okay, so I'll just read you this definition, but then I'll speak a bit about it. Okay, so it combines marketing acumen with analytics to turn insights into leading strategic marketing communication. Okay, so in this day and age, 2021, most marketing is done on a one-on-one basis. Like, companies are actually reaching out to you as an individual based on what they know about you. And you might already know this. I mean, you probably already know this if you look at your social media or, look at your emails or your web browser and see what kind of ads and, marketing's being directed to you. The company knows a bit about you. So this program focuses on capturing data on customers, analyzing it, gaining insights on individual customers, and then personalizing marketing to individual customers. Okay, so hopefully that makes it a little bit more clear what we do here. It is the marketing of the present and the marketing of the future. It's being done this way. It's also, this program probably could easily also have been named Customer Relationship Management, CRM, if you've heard that term before. It's very similar to what we're talking about here. Okay, so what does the program look like logistics? Okay, it's a 12-month graduate certificate program. Okay, it's 2 semesters, in class, and then 1 semester work experience. Okay, and each of those 3 sections are 4 months each. So you could start either in September or January. Those are currently the 2 intakes we have. We don't have a May intake. And each intake, we're having about 50 to 60 students join. So one of the really neat things about this program is you'd be doing all your coursework with this group of, the same group of 50 to 60 students. So you get to know each other quite well. And it's really nice because you can start to, or continue to build up your professional network. These people can, you can hopefully continue to be in contact and help each other throughout your careers. The program's full-time. Some people ask if there's a part-time option. There's not currently. Another question I'm sure lots of you have is, what about COVID? Is it going to be online or is it going to be offline? Is it going to be online or in class in September? We don't know right now, okay? We're still a little ways from September, and the situation's changing very quickly in Ontario with COVID. We're hoping to get students back on campus in September, and we're going to try to get as many programs as we can, but we have to follow public health guidelines, whatever we're being asked to do. So we just don't know right now, unfortunately. Currently, the program is being conducted 100% online, but that could change by September depending on circumstances with COVID. Okay, I'd like to now get into the questions that I was saying I'm frequently asked by students. I'll go through about 4 of them right now. A big question I get is, hey, do I even qualify for this program? Would I be accepted if I applied? Okay, here's our minimum requirements. You must have one of these three things, these 3 points you see at the top of the slide. You either have to have a college advanced degree, 3-year, or a bachelor's degree from a university, or relevant work experience. Okay, so if you don't have a college advanced diploma or a bachelor's degree, you'd have to show us a resume and provide references that show that what you've been working on, qualifies you for this program. And applications are open to domestic students, but also international students. I know not all our programs at George Brown are open to international students, but this one is. And a large section of our student body is international. So students also often ask, do I need to have studied marketing before? Do I need a previous marketing or business degree? And the answer is no. You don't need to have previous marketing experience or degree. We're going to start you from the ground. Okay, we're going to assume that you might not know much about marketing, and we'll set the foundation for marketing day one. If you do already have some marketing, a marketing degree or some marketing experience, or you've taken a course, that's great. It'll be an asset. You'll hit the ground running, but you don't have to have it to succeed, to be accepted to and succeed in the program. Okay, here's another question we often get is, what courses would I be taking if I joined the program? What does the program actually, look like? So here you go. These are the courses that you'd be required to take. You have to take all of these ones. So in your first semester, first 4 months, you'd be taking 7 courses where we lay down the foundation for marketing, lay down the foundation for database, how you collect data, how you look at it, how you gain insights. So we kind of lay the foundation. Then semester 2, we start to get a little bit more specific in terms of how to do strategic relationship marketing. Okay. And so we get more specific, and you also start to do more, capstone project with a client. Okay. And then, and that's 4 months, of course. And then finally, the final 4 months of the program is your work experience term. Okay. Where you're not taking traditional classes, rather you'll be getting experience with a real life business or businesses. I'll talk more about that in a few seconds. Oh, actually right now, that's the next question. What kind of work experience opportunities are available? Okay, so sorry, my slide, I shouldn't have put it like that. But these are some of the employers that in the past few years have posted jobs and hired, students from this program for, a traditional co-op position. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest, COVID changed a lot. Before COVID, we had more job postings than students. And if a student, applied and, put some effort into getting a job, they landed something. When COVID happened, a lot of companies didn't have the resources to train co-op students. Sometimes there's financial resource issues, a variety of issues. So anyways, we don't have as many job postings as we used to. But we're still ensuring that our students get work experience and that they're graduating on time. We've created something called an academic work term, where we've found clients, businesses that have a marketing issue that need it solved, and they are working with student teams, like students are consultants essentially, that are helping out these companies work through their marketing problem, whatever the problem is that the company has. So that's been going very well for us, and we're doing that, to fill the gap until things get back to normal, COVID goes away. Hopefully the economy fully bounces back. Okay, now another student asks is, okay, when I graduate from this program, so I'm not talking about the work experience term, I'm talking about afterwards, when I graduate from this program, will I get a job? Oh, sorry. Well, we can't guarantee, we're not going to guarantee, oh yes, you will 100% get a job graduating from this program. That would be untruthful. Getting a job will be, up to you, the amount of passion you have for this area that you show, in your interviews, the amount of effort you put into your job search and doing all the things you need to do to get, a job, networking, putting together a great resume. So that stuff will be on you, but we support our students in many ways in terms of their job search. We support students with our Career Center. We have a course called a work prep course dedicated to getting you work ready. We offer networking events. So there's lots of things we do to support the students in getting a job. Pre-COVID, things were looking really good in terms of over 80% of our students landed a job in their field within 6 months of graduation. I don't have post-COVID data. I believe it's probably changed that. But by the time you guys graduate, if you're say you're starting in September, hopefully the situation will be back to normal. So okay, so those are my frequently asked questions. I'm done within 15 minutes, as promised, but I'm sure that I didn't answer all your questions. So a few ways you can ask questions. Of course, you can ask questions right now. Like I said, we're just about to open up the Q&A session, and you can, type in your question. Or if you just want to reach out to me and chat with me privately, we can do that too. You can send me an email if your question's just quick and I can email you back a response. Or we can even set up like a chat sometime where we can actually talk live if you have any questions. If you want to talk to me about your situation or whatever, feel free to email me at this email address here. Okay, so I think now we will open it up for questions. I do see that we have our first question already, which has it been answered? Sorry.
No, there's a new one in there that hasn't.
Okay, I have seen some feedback online from previous students that the course is not updated as per current marketing and job requirement, and students have to update themselves after graduating from the course. Okay, so I haven't seen that feedback. We fully analyzed the program about a year and a half ago and utterly changed the curriculum. What we did is, it was myself and someone else. We went and interviewed industry professionals that are working in strategic relationship marketing. And we actually worked with them to craft what our program looks like. And it's actually a brand new program. We rolled it out I think it was a year and a half ago, we rolled out the brand new program, and I've since been updating it and optimizing it. And I've done surveys with a lot of different students. And nobody's said that to me ever, that the program's not updated. I've actually spoken also to students that have graduated who are telling me, what we learned, I'm directly applying it to the job. So I don't know, I can't comment on that piece of feedback, why somebody said that, but I've never heard that before. And the program is quite up to date and was recently updated. Okay, hi there, this is Raj. I'm super passionate about managing client relationships and do have experience working in support for B2B SaaS product and media monitoring platform. And I really am looking forward to get into customer success as a next career move, which of course involves with CRM and managing customer relationships, hoping that it will equip skills with what I need to sell myself as a great CSM. Okay, yes, indeed. So I believe that this program will be really useful to you. We actually have some students that come from a similar background as you or plan on going into the background, customer success. So yeah, I think this program could be well suited to you. Our students actually, sorry if I just elaborate, our students go into a lot of different areas upon graduation. Some go into a product manager or a brand manager, that traditional kind of marketing. Some go into the sales world, some go into marketing research, some go into customer experience. So we're finding the program is equipping students for a lot of different areas, and I think it would work well for you. We also, we do look at both business to business marketing and, B2C, business to customers. So we consider both of those during in our curriculum. Does that answer the questions so far that both of you had? And are there follow-ups or other questions I can take? This is a great chance to ask a question. Anything? Hi, I would like to know if you have an acceptance rate to the program. Okay, I don't know. I don't know that. Tanja, are you aware if we have that data, or I don't?
There must be an acceptance rate, some data somewhere. It's not something that we usually publicly share. For the most part in this program, if you meet the requirements to the program and meet the deadlines, there's a very good chance that you'll be accepted. the program continues to increase in popularity, especially during COVID, when a lot of people are looking to take their education online. And because this type of marketing is such of such importance these days, especially as Anne said, personalization is becoming more and more important in marketing. So we don't post the acceptance rate, but they're definitely apply. It's it's a good chance that we would love to welcome you into the program if you meet the requirements.
Okay, other questions? Raj, I see you have your hand raised. No. Okay, well, I see there's a question here. What is taught in marketing automation? Okay, so marketing automation looks at using tools like marketing technology to help automate, for example, your email program or automate aspects of your social media. And I believe we're using HubSpot and possibly another tool in that program, although we update it regularly to figure out how you might automate certain things based on what you know about that customer. Okay, so that's actually a pretty hands-on course, marketing automation. And you do in marketing and automation also get into some of the creative sides of communication and marketing, like how you might structure an email, for example, or a social media, how you might structure your social media posts and things like that. Other questions that I can answer? Elena, what is the typical schedule? When do the classes start and end? Okay, so we have currently a Monday to Friday schedule. There's no courses on the weekends. Courses take place between 8 and 6 p.m. But that doesn't mean you're in class 8 to 6 p.m. every day. It just means that's the potential time that a course could take place. So between Monday and Friday, there's 7 courses. They're 3 hours each. So there's 21 hours of in-class time or online in-class time, depending on what we're looking at in September. And like I said, they will take place sometime between Monday and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, but that doesn't mean, you only have 21 hours of work a week. This is a full-time program. By full-time, we mean it's going to take the same amount of time a full-time job would take. Because, though you're only in class 21 hours, there's assignments, there's, homework of various types, there's preparing for exams, things like that. So students do feedback that this is a full-time job. That being said, a lot of our students, sorry, I'm going above and beyond your question just because I'm thinking about it. A lot of students do have part-time jobs. That's one of the questions I get from students is, I need to work, I need to make money. Will I have time to go to school and work? Yes, a lot of our students manage to do it. They're very busy, but a lot of our students manage. We definitely don't recommend taking on more than 20 hours, in a part-time job in addition to your program. That will probably just be way too much. But a lot of our students do manage to hold a part-time job to, pay the bills, pay their tuition in the meantime. Okay, keep going here. Fabiana, hi Anne, is there a deadline to apply to the program for winter 2021? I don't have that. I mean, usually as long as the program's not filled, we allow our students to keep applying pretty much right up to the start date of the program. That being said, if the program filled, and that could happen, it's been quite popular, you might want to play it safe by applying sooner than later.
The deadlines are a little bit different for domestic students versus international students, so just keep that in mind. I'm not sure where you're coming to us from in this world.
Okay. Can you please tell more about how group projects are conducted, especially during these days? That's a great question. Okay, so I have a lot to say about this issue. First of all, there's a lot of group work in this program. And I think that's actually the case. I know that is the case for pretty much all the marketing programs, marketing certificates at George Brown. We really do focus on group work. That's what it's going to be most likely when you graduate and go off to work in, an industry. Or if you've already been working in industry, you know this. Work is conducted in teams. So a lot of group work. And we continue to do that. And that was the way it was before, our online environment before COVID. And that's the way it continues to be. So students are working in groups. They're doing their group work like the format that we're doing right now. They're doing it through, they're working together through Zoom or, Microsoft Teams. We give everybody when they join as a student, we give everybody free access to Microsoft 365. So they have Teams and all those special features of Teams so that they can, meet together, share screens, share data, and really, work cohesively together. So yeah, lots of group projects. COVID didn't really change anything. Like in an online environment, there continues to be group projects and groups are working together and working well together. They've just had to adapt, meeting in person versus meeting virtually. And we do expect, these days, there's a surge of COVID cases in Ontario. We expect students to meet online, not to meet in person, to be safe. Okay. Okay, where are we? Lost my place. Deadline. What can we expect in the analytics course? Well, we get to learn how to use there's a lot. So speckled throughout this entire program, we use a lot of different platforms. We use Salesforce. We use, as I said, HubSpot. We use Excel, Access. By the way, we offer you, some introductory material on Excel and Access in case it's something you haven't done a lot of work in before. In the analytics course, again, this changes regularly because it just depends on, like I said, we're constantly updating. We use Google Analytics within that course. So that, like I said, that could change. Okay. Sorry, lost track. Okay. Sorry, I don't know if I'm going them in order anymore. One last question. Can also get a chance to do my co-op in relation with customer success, like working with clients strategically to achieve their objectives. Okay. Yeah, so here's how, let me talk a little bit more about co-op. Okay, so students, as I mentioned earlier, students can look at the George Brown job board. We go out and connect with employers that are looking for co-op students in the strategic relationship marketing program. So we connect with them and they will post jobs specific to, you guys, so that people that join our program. Okay, that being said, let's just say on our job board, there's nothing that interests you, Raj. Like there's nothing that's, customer success or whatever any of you are interested in. You are also welcome to go out and do your own job search. Your co-op doesn't have to come from George Brown. Students are welcome, and a lot do actually go out and look for their own thing because there's something very specific they want to be doing. Yeah, so if there's nothing on the job board that really meets your needs, there might be, there very well might be, but if this, just in case there wasn't, you're welcome to go do your own search. And I should also mention, co-ops don't have to be in Toronto. They don't have to be in Ontario. They don't have to be in Canada even. Some students do international co-ops, especially these days. We have a lot of students are living in their home country right now because the program's online, and some prefer to do a co-op in their home country. So that's okay. You do have to, once you find a position you're interested in, you do have to run it by us to make sure that we feel it's going to give you the learning you need. But if we approve it, then yeah, you can run with it. So I went on a bit of a tangent, but okay. Can I get a job in an ad agency after the program? What are the chances for the same? So I don't have like a metric on here's the chances. That what I can tell you is some of our students go off and work in advertising agency. What we're teaching in the program, a lot of it's really relevant to working in an ad agency. So within this program, like if you want a job doing the creative side of advertising, like you really want to be, writing the copy for an ad or, doing the art. I'll be honest, we don't cover a lot of that in the program. So if that's what you meant by ad agency, a creative job, this might not be the program for you, but there's lots of other aspects to an ad agency. A lot of students go and work in the media side of the agency, since what we're teaching is really relevant to that. So yeah, a lot of students do go work on the media side, or a lot of agencies have, a research kind of arm. So that's another place that you'd be well suited for. So hopefully that answered. Okay, Bahar, how can I submit my document missing in GBC Web? I don't know what you mean, Bahar. Not sure what you mean by that. Maybe, but it looks like Tanja's typing something in for you though. So I'll let Tanja.
We just put in a link over to the admissions section. They have a Q&A over in the admissions section. And they can probably answer the question. Unfortunately, Anne and I are not like well versed in terms of how to fill in the documents and upload things. But if you pop over after this session is done over into the lobby, you'll see the kind of student life experience. And within that, there's a little tile that will take you to the admissions group, and you can answer your questions there.
Okay. Some of the companies are looking for a particular certification like Salesforce. Yeah, so Salesforce, we use Salesforce in this program. We go very heavy on it in the course called, currently we go really heavy on it in the course called CRM Tools and Technology that you take in semester 1. And yeah, you actually work some of the work you do in that course, you can apply to your certification. So we don't necessarily certify you, but we, start you on that path. So yeah, you can put after when you're looking for jobs, you can put, I have experience with Salesforce. And like I said, you could, become certified. You might have to do some of the certification outside of the program, but we will help you work towards that. Okay, Hootsuite, my dream company. Hopefully I can get in for my co-op or my career after that. Yep, hopefully. Hootsuite hasn't hired our students before. Sorry, they haven't posted on our job board, but yeah, you could absolutely do your own private application to them. And I think they'd like what you have to offer, what you've learned in this program. There's no more questions. What time is it? Well, it's 10:30, but we'll stay for a few more minutes. You can call me Anne. Sorry, my name is very hard to pronounce, my last name. So I prefer just to be called Anne. Thank you. And actually, I think most professors at George Brown probably like to be referred to by their first name, but they'll probably tell you what they want to be called. Any other questions I can take? You're welcome. I was happy to answer questions. I love that you guys had so many great questions. Again, feel free to get in touch with me on email, and I can keep talking to you about the program or what other questions you have I can answer for you. Great. We hope to see you, Raj, and everybody else. Okay, Tanja. So, here's another question though from Liam. Are timetables pre-made for us for this program? Yes, it's a good question, Liam. Yeah, they are pre-made. You may have some. There'll be a little bit of choice sometimes. For a couple of our courses, there's 2 different sections offered because we had to break up the course for certain reasons. So you might choose, I'm going to do the 9 a.m. versus the 12 p.m. for a couple of our courses, but everybody takes the same mandatory courses. You and everybody, like I said, is generally traveling together. You're with the same group the whole time. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so I do see a few more questions now. After co-op, do we get a full-time job with college? After co-op, do we get a full-time? Okay, so getting a full-time job after co-op is up to you. We don't, Shruti, sorry, I don't totally understand, but we don't get you full-time jobs. You, of course, have to go get the full-time job yourself. Okay, so but we do help in various ways. Okay, so a couple of ways I already mentioned, and that's that during the program we get you job ready through a variety of ways, but the work prep course is one of the ways. Networking events, we have an event we do called Speed Mentoring. We have a whole course we do that's pretty cool. It's called the Marketing Seminar, where we bring in each week we bring in a different industry person to talk about their job and the industry things they've worked on. There is a job board. We will post jobs to new that are available to new grads on our job board, which you have to apply for it, but we will post jobs for new grads. There's a career center that you can go to get, additional help on, interviewing, like mock interviews you can do or resumes. So there's a lot of things we do to support you. But of course, it is the student's responsibility to go find the job. For OSAP, I register. Okay, so this is another area that Tanja and I are not experts in. Tanja, could you post, maybe we've done it already, could you post the link to financial services for Bahar? And then, yeah, so you'll have to contact financial services with Tanja's gonna post for you.
Yeah, just give me a second. I will see if I can find that for you.
Yep, you can connect. Yeah, you guys are welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn. That's fine.
Can you tell us how the first day is going to look like it's in person?
Can you tell us how our first's gonna look? First day. Yeah, if you're in person, first day of school, you'll of course have your schedule, and you'd actually come to our campus here. Our campus is in downtown Toronto. And you'd come to your first class. Each teacher, like I said, you have seven courses in your first semester. Each professor is going to have, their own style of teaching and, have specific information about their course. So you'd go to each individual course and the professor would tell you, here's maybe, here's the course outline. Here's what, when your exam is going to be. Here's what the group work looks like in this course. Here's how you're going to get graded. So you would go to the class and each professor would give you more guidance. Some students ask me, oh, do I need to do prep work? Do I need to study anything or read about marketing before I join? You don't have to. You don't have to do any pre-prep work. Some students like to, and that's great to start getting, well-versed in marketing, but you don't have to. You show up to class the first day and the professor will tell you kind of what you need to do going forward. And let's hope we are in class this September. We're certainly hoping so. I really look forward to seeing my students again in person instead of online. So fingers crossed. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. That was great. Let's hope that we see you soon. I'd love to get to actually meet you, preferably in person. So thank you very much for joining.